Seed, Eden. Y4YP.
Y4YP.
WS7J.
WS7J. All right. The question that I was thinking of here. Wait, were we playing Pinto-Rio last? We were. The question that I was thinking today, Cobalt, when was the last time you had KFC?
Probably 2 weeks ago.
I thought it was literally seconds ago.
I mean, well, I ate it.
Okay, yeah.
Other than today, yes. I'm eating it.
That's the segue. I was thinking, Nick, when was the last time you had KFC?
It's been ages. It may be nearly a year now.
It's one of the few things I can grab down the street.
I like KFC, by the way. I'm not putting it down. I just haven't had it in ages.
We're going through all the layers of this discussion early on here.
Right,
because the last time I had KFC was like over a year ago, I think. I'm also for it, but the opportunity never presents itself.
Now, this isn't your normal KFC, though. This is a Long John Silver / KFC, so sometimes you get that like oil that they've used for fish as well, and it's like, this tastes a little fishy, chicken.
Are you for that or against
Flash fan fiction now?
It's all right. It's still decent.
If you could have the chicken in chicken batter or fish batter, what would you choose?
Chicken.
Okay, just making sure.
Beer.
But I did get chicken tenders that looked like catfish once. So
like they had whiskers?
Like no, like they had the fish batter on them. I'm pretty sure.
The chicken whiskers are the best part.
I bet they do that sometimes. I bet they're like, shit, we're out of like batter. Can that happen? What is batter? But they're like, oh, we dunked the original recipe in the fish by accident. What if you went in and you were like, hey, give me the original recipe, but then put it in the Long John Silver's fried fish batter instead? Do you think they would do it?
They might. I mean,
it'll be on the secret menu.
Yeah, I don't know why not. What do they care?
Greenbite Gaming for the 7 months in a row. Thank you for sticking around.
I have another question for you. Have you ever gone? Related? It is batter related.
Good.
Have you ever gone to McDonald's and ordered your fries with no salt so they cooked them fresh?
I've had people do that I thought were jerks.
I didn't even know that was an option.
You are now saints in my mind. You guys have elevated yourselves from cool dudes to saints. Because
wow,
every time I'm at McDonald's, there's one dude who's like, "Give me those fries without salt," and you can see that behind the cash register, the cashier is like, "This guy thinks he's a genius, but actually is just really annoying."
Everyone knows what's going on here. Yeah, I've had
my
people
life
be like,
is in shambles, but I know how to get fresh fries at McDonald's, so I bring some value to this social interaction.
I've had people lie about food allergies to get them to make fresh burgers and stuff before.
Man.
So what do you say there? Let's teach people the ultimate tricks for how to be the biggest asshole at McDonald's.
I can't remember what it was. It was like, I can't remember
what
it was.
Can you do though? Because like you can't be like, hey, I'm allergic to like some of the shit you put in the beef. Can you hand roll a new patty for me back there?
Guys, I found an Isaac glitch I've never seen before.
What is it?
I went to pick up a sticky nickel with the boomerang, and it pulls it over to you, and then it snaps back into place because you can't pick it up.
Oh, I've never tried that.
That's genuine. Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
That's funny.
Yeah, you're giving us the Isaac tips today instead of the other tipper that usually does.
Again, he usually shows up.
It's been a little later lately, though.
Yeah.
It's been in like the second segment, and then I'm like, I don't get it. Too late. Yo, give me some worms tips.
Dig deep.
Okay. Oh shit. Dang it. Still alive though. This room is bullshit. You'll see it if you're not at it yet. It's it's a one-way street, and then you got people coming in both directions. You know what I'm talking about.
Is it up on the second floor from the first room?
Yes, it is.
I'm in there right now. I didn't have that much trouble using the boomerang.
I just got to the second floor.
This guy's using the boomerang.
I've been using the boomerang too. I use it on the haunt.
This guy's using the boomerangs.
We're evolved beings. We know how to use tools. Why not?
Jamie MSM, thank you as well. Yo, you think the Dead Sea Scrolls aren't emblematic of human complexity, man?
The Dead Sea Scrolls? Isn't that the basis for what the Bible's written?
I thought the Dead Sea Scrolls are what allowed us to translate like Hebrew or something like that.
Is that what it
Like
was?
somebody was just walking down by the Dead Sea and they found these tablets, and then they were like, now that we have these, they're like a cipher that we can use to like decrypt all this old text that we
Like the
previously
Rosetta
put.
Stone or something.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
I was thinking of the Rosetta Stone.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You got me on that one. That's the Rosetta Stone.
I've
can't-
never
yeah,
known
yeah.
something you didn't know before. Or had incorrect.
It happens all the time. I took late yesterday. I was trying to procrastinate, so I took that like Mensa warm-up practice test, and I got 23 out of 30, which does not make me a candidate for Mensa. So many of you out there, you pretentious fucks, are probably a little bit more well-positioned than I am. Poison Cloud, thank you very much for the subscription.
You'll always be Mensa to me. You know
You'll
too many
always be
capitals.
Menses to me.
Oh, that's
What is menses? Is that the uterine lining?
I don't.
yes, as it's discarded by a woman during her period.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
then. My favorite. Those aren't edible, right?
Menses.
Have you ever ordered the menses with no salt so that you got it prepared freshly for you?
All
No
the
one's gonna
time.
join me on that one.
Menses. No.
All right. If the joke gets too dark, it's mutually assured destruction.
I mean,
If
I
the
fed
joke-
myself to a pregnant lady on here before, so.
You did say that you wanted to be eaten by a pregnant lady when you died.
That's how you make new children.
That is
Nothing
not
weird about that.
necessary.
Bones and all. Bone
I eat the
milkshake.
bones.
The marrow's the good stuff.
Yo, you ever
Did
eat
you try a
bone
bone
marrow?
milkshake?
I have not.
Probably not. No.
Real
Would you?
thing?
No, you wouldn't.
I mean,
I mean,
I'd take a
I-
sip.
I talked about this on like the last subscriber stream I did. My philosophy for food is that if I think it tastes bad, I'll still eat it. But if I think it's gonna make me throw up, I won't.
You got a sexy face, boy.
So
Alright.
I think a bone marrow milkshake
It's your boy.
would just taste bad, so I would try it.
I love you guys.
I don't think it would make me throw up. If you said, "Hey, would you eat
Okay.
shit?" I'd be like, "No, I'm gonna throw up or get sick." But if you said, you know,
What
would
about a
you eat-
balut?
I think that's actually where I would draw the line. But I
Yeah.
have to be honest, I don't know what side of the line it's on. Have you eaten that? You've done all sorts of weird subscriber benefits and charity goals.
They have partially formed feathers and beaks, so that are chewy.
You
So
gotta crunch the beaks.
yeah, it's pretty rad. I don't know if I can handle that. I'm a texture person, so
I'm also a texture person.
if I don't like some textures, it's ugh.
On Tuesday, we went to like or maybe that was Monday. On Monday, we
Also
went to
cherry
a
man.
little bit of a fancy restaurant in Vancouver, and they brought out some sashimi, and they were like, "Hey, this is like a spot prawn, which is a delicacy. It's just a shrimp. It's like a sweet shrimp, basically." But they're like, "Okay, so what you do? You eat the body and the tail, and then just put the heads in this bowl, and we'll
Yeah.
deep fry the heads for you, and then you just eat the deep fried shrimp head." And I was like, "Well, I'll do it if everybody else does it," and we did it.
Huh.
It was terrible. What, I don't mean to be culturally insensitive, but whatever country does this on the regular, we gotta introduce you to like mashed potatoes or something, because this is too far.
Well, that's the thing in the South, right? When you eat shrimp, you gotta like suck the head out.
Crawfish as well. You
Yeah,
like
crawfish.
you
Sorry,
suck
that's
the
what I-
body. I'm
Yeah, but
correcting
you-
both of them today. No, what is this backwards
You
world
don't
I
eat
live
the
in?
shell though, right? Like this was like deep fried
No, you
shell.
just suck out all the stuff inside.
It wasn't like it didn't actually taste that bad. It was just really unpleasant and a lot of work to consume
Right.
this whole deep fried shell. It was like eating a hard boiled egg that still had the shell on.
Why can't I
What was the
boomerang my
texture?
sack? This is bullshit.
Was it grainy when you ate it?
No, it was really shelly.
Shelly. Ah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it
sound
was like an
good.
eggshell, basically. It wasn't my style. I'll tell you that much. But you know, could have been
Stuff
worse.
that
But I was
tastes like
when in
sand.
Rome.
It's like not great to me.
Stuff that tastes like sand.
Like
what?
you ever have New England clam chowder and you get a grain of sand in there?
The
like,
grittiness.
Yeah. Look, I understand it's gonna happen. I don't expect it to be perfectly clean every time. It's gonna happen. It's okay. It just kind of ruins the texture for me for a bit.
It
You know
triggers
what?
my teeth. I'm like, oh, I need to go to the dentist now.
I've actually never had New England clam chowder.
What? It's one of
It's
my
a-
favorite
Why
soups,
not?
actually.
It's a cream-based soup. I'm not saying it's a good reason, but I get the heebie-jeebies for cream-based soups.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got
If
delicious
Anyone I
flavors
could
in it.
persuade you to try it once, because I think you'd like it.
It's very
Honestly-
potatoey though for the cream-based soup though. Like,
if we went to a restaurant
boss.
and then we got like a course menu, and they're like, for the soup course, it's just New England clam chowder, I'd be like, I paid for it, I'm gonna try it. But if they were like, you can have a minestrone or a clam chowder, I'm getting the minestrone 10 times out of 10. Unless we're at a place that's called like, you know, Boston Rob's New England clam chowder hole. At which point I will
welcome
consume
back.
the clam chowder because it's the namesake of the restaurant in
Thank you
question.
for 11
What about a
wonderful months in a row, Dar.
I'm not
We're
a big
almost
biscuit
back
man.
above 1,800 subscribers. It's amazing.
That's
What is a
unfortunate.
biscuit?
And I have not
Like
Grip.
a lobster bisque. It's another cream base.
It's
I was not
cream-based,
able to
yeah,
get
exactly.
the Wi-Fi password in yet before the stream because I had to hurry upstairs.
I'm not scared of cream soups. Don't.
Just
like-
scared of
He's got a
cream.
fear of cream soups.
They're like, he's the biggest bitch alive. He's scared of jellyfish and cream soups. Jellyfish, yes, I'll own up to that. Cream soups, I'm not afraid of. It's just not my style for soups. I'm a broth man personally, but
I like cream soups. I like tomato soup and New England clam chowder. Potato soup's okay sometimes.
is tomato soup cream based?
I mean, you put milk in it, right? Sometimes. So
What?
that's you didn't know
You
that.
put milk. Yo,
Oh, yeah.
you guys, you milk drinkers, and I don't mean that as just a reference to Skyrim, have got to slow your roll. What won't you put milk in? You put it in cereal, you put it in soups,
Coffee.
you put it in your coffee.
Coffee.
Your coffee. What else do we put milk in? We put it in baking, cookies.
Each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Usually,
Fuckers put it in everything. You're always flaunting your milk consumption.
hey, we don't
Good
use
for you.
bags either.
Builds a strong bone.
I think that's the milk lobby is getting one over on you.
I want to
Then
go
you
to
won.
Canada, get like 8 milk bags, sling them over my arms, and attach them to my body, and just like run up a hill in like montage, Rocky style.
Dude,
Just
that's how we do it.
train with the milk.
You ever
Can
wonder
do,
why
like milk water balloons?
Whoa!
you could do them in America?
They're pre-prepared.
You got
No,
well, I mean,
I want to buy them ready to throw.
Just,
but that's like a liter of milk. You wouldn't
Alex
make a
Timo,
water balloon that has a
15
liter of
months in a
water
row.
in it.
Eskimo Bob, welcome back
I
for
might download a
11.
car. You wouldn't.
You could break somebody's neck with that, man.
You could.
You
I
ever
would.
wonder why Brock Lesnar chooses to train in Saskatchewan? It's the milk bags, baby.
They call me
that
the
what?
milkmaid.
I don't know. It's like his wife lives here or something stupid like that.
Stupid wife.
You can get a side job delivering milk as well as exercise. You can become the greatest boxer
milk-
alive.
You have the ability to. The milk weighs the same in the United States. The bag, the tear weight of the bag has got to be like 12 grams.
Yeah,
Not-
but the thing is, you can fit it over your body more easily than holding cartons, so you can strap them to
Yeah.
yourself.
He's right about that.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
like over your shoulders, around your midsection with like a belt. Oh yeah,
I can't.
A
deny
milk
it.
belt.
milk belt, a malk belt.
Saskatchewan does not use milk bags. Look, I don't care. It's the milk bag revolution. It's coming for you.
I wonder if they're ever gonna make their way down here.
Honestly,
I don't think so.
there's poutine in milk bags. I think if given a long enough time scale, there's no way poutine doesn't take over your country for at least like 6 months.
I want it. I can only get stuff close
Same.
to the border.
I think milk
for
bags
that.
have no chance.
I don't
'Cause
see the
even
point of it. We
As
already
a
have it, though.
Canadian, I don't understand milk bags. That's the thing. As a Canadian, I understand poutine. It's delicious. People say it looks gross. Nah, it's tasty.
It's so good.
I didn't even think it looks gross, honestly. I
It
think
sketched
I
me out a
agree
little
with that.
bit. I
Have
mean,
you
it's
ever
like
seen-
it's like
Oh.
chunky. It's a little chunky looking. You know?
Have you ever seen like an enchilada? It looks
Yeah.
like somebody threw it up.
It looks a little like an infant had diarrhea on top
Yeah.
of a tortilla.
Yeah.
sometimes.
Cut into it and it's delicious. Like the poutine's just a different shade of brown, baby. It's all the same on the inside.
That's true. We are going to turn it all into shit in the end.
But like people tell me that what I'm missing is that milk bags are way cheaper. But I don't think that's the case.
Maybe to produce, but not like as far as us. It's the same price, right?
That's what I've never been to the grocery store, but I don't buy milk. Like I never go to the grocery store and say, "Oh, this milk bag is like so much cheaper than the carton." What these stupid Americans are always buying the carton, wasting their money.
It's a whole
Is the
nother 30
packaging
cents
better?
right there.
The packaging, I think even people who use milk bags will say that the milk bag is a much worse piece of packaging.
Worse.
Yes.
Huh.
Because you need a separate appliance to be able to use it. You need the milk pitcher. It's
Well, I
keeping
meant,
an industry afloat.
I see. But
Can you
that's
recycle the milk
that's
bags?
reusable many times.
You could recycle the milk carton though.
Right.
You
I
should.
don't know. Maybe I thought the carton would recycle not as efficiently as the bag. I don't know.
Because it's like paper-esque instead of plastic.
Well,
Plastic-y.
so the thing about plastic bags is they don't actually recycle very well. The way that they're made, they're so thin that they just mostly shred into nothing instead of get recycled. So the majority of them just end up in landfills anyway. So I don't know. Maybe it's the same case with milk bags.
That's depressing.
It's really depressing. Yeah.
I think the only thing that milk bags could possibly have is the cost argument, but I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, the milk pitcher, you don't puncture the bag and then pour the milk into the milk pitcher and drink from there. You cut a hole in the corner of the bag and then place the whole bag in the milk pitcher.
Wait, there's no like extra nozzle somewhere? You actually have to cut
you use
the
a pair
bag?
of scissors. Dude, this is what I'm saying. With a milk bottle, you just twist the lid. With a milk bag, you have to own a milk pitcher. Otherwise, you're fucked. Like, if you actually came home with a milk bag and had no milk pitcher, you'd be like, there's nothing I can do here.
You
I gotta
better
Can't
chug
switch
it.
the corner and snip and sip
You're
out
gonna
of the
have
corner.
to chug
You
it.
gotta drink a whole gallon of milk in one sip.
I don't
You
trust
put
that.
a paper clip around it when you're done.
I don't
What
trust
are you
that.
doing? You put a paper clip around it when you're done.
After a couple hours, I'm out.
This is some Beverly Hillbilly shit right here.
You know, I'm just trying to. Make
Hey, where's the milk pitcher? Ah, milk pitcher! Look at the Richie Rich over here. Just go to the clothesline, grab a clothespin.
Brooklyn now.
Speaking of Richie Rich, did you guys grab that humbling bundle with the money equals
I did.
power?
I think I did.
I loved it.
Ooh. I just found me a temperance machine, and it's being juicy.
Did you guys get Libra? So with every penny you pick up, all of your stats go up by a completely infinitesimal percentage.
Yeah, fuck that. I left that shit in the dirt.
Item room. I got
Right in the
amnesia, so I don't
dirt.
know where the hell I'm going.
Have you guys thought about checking out Evolve since it's now free to play?
Oh, don't even start with me,
Go
Mathis.
talk to
games.
Mathis. Yeah.
Mathis, every day he talks to me about Evolve. He says, "When are we gonna play Evolve?" I say, "I don't know." But
He launched into an argument about like, no, I really do like it, like as if we were trying to put him down for it. It's like, no, man, we don't care. Like Evolve if you want.
yeah, I was like, I mean, it seems
Shit.
convenient that you only like Evolved after 2K paid you $500,000, but sure.
That didn't
Damn.
actually happen.
I would not
Let me
begrudge
get a
him at
piece
all.
of that. I know they don't have money because nobody was playing it. They had to make it free to play.
That's a good point.
Jesus. How do they make money? Is it microtransactionable now? Like,
Yeah.
It was before,
oh
kind of.
no, was it? Well, no wonder people didn't play it.
They're actually macro transactions. Is like
Oh,
they're really relying on whales. Instead of getting like 1 million people to purchase like a new hunter, one person,
Just
they're
people
just
from
like
Wales in the UK are
they
good.
just need one person.
the rich population of Gwynedd in Wales. They want one person just to buy the macro transaction that is pay for our studio for 1 month. It's a $432,000 macro transaction.
Nailed it.
Honestly, I think that's the way that the industry's going these days.
Yeah, these days in this economy.
Yeah, you know, if Hillary gets her way.
They sell your location data to the Russian mob. What are we talking about here, Jack?
Pokemon
Go?
Yeah.
I mean, the Russian mob's still got to come over here and do something about my Charizard, so...
They don't even have to sell your location. You give it to them willingly when you stream it on Twitch.
Worth
That
it.
is true. I want to do that so
worth it.
bad. I'm going to go sit at the mall
Easy
and just
50K
stream.
viewers.
Crack the
Yeah.
planet. Thank you for the resubscription.
I had Can't
feel-
Go in my title, so I'm going to play Pokemon Omega Ruby. And Summit saw
You
my
played.
title and was like, yo, everybody go ask him if it's illegal to play Pokemon Go, and I just don't know about it. And I was like, no, I just can't play it. So I had like 500 people in here. Summit has a question for you. Summit has a question for you. I'm like, God damn it, Summit. You interrupted my Zen here.
Scott level 73, thank you as well.
You should
We
check
don't
out
have it in
Pokemon
Canada
Apex.
yet, but
Real
it's
world
coming,
problems.
man. When Pokemon Go comes out in Vancouver, I'm like, I mean, I already see people, and I don't know if they're actually just waiting for a bus or they got a Pokemon fever. I'm
Wait,
like,
that was your
did you get-
title?
Did you get some
sorry.
Gray Market Pokemon Go going? I see you guys hanging out at Burrard and West Pender Street, and you're not looking like you're working in those financial sector.
Did you hear that dead bodies have been found? People have been robbed. People have been
Yeah, hundreds
killed
of them.
playing it.
People are
Seriously.
dying by the second.
People are putting lures up and robbing people that show up for the Pokemon.
We went over this on Monday to an absurd degree, which is not to say we can't talk about it now.
Oh, did you?
However,
I missed all the fun stuff.
The conclusion that we drew was basically like, if you die playing Pokemon Go, you can't really blame the game for your own idiocy.
But imagine like going on a road trip and you're going by like some neighborhood you've never been through and you stop to grab that Gyarados and you just pull into the wrong motherfucking neighborhood, dude.
You guys think you live in Canada or something? You can't just be going in a neighborhood sight unseen.
Well, I mean, you really want that Pokemon though, man. It's rare. You haven't seen one before. You're on a road trip. All it takes is 5 minutes. That's all. Down the wrong road, and you have the hills have eyes all over you.
Thank you for this subscription. I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like that's not Pokemon Go's fault, though. What if you saw, like, a $500 bill on the ground, which is not a real piece of currency, so you should, like, really be concerned about that. But what if you didn't know because you're from another country? Are you going to blame the U.S. Mint for printing that bill that doesn't actually exist? I apologize. This is really ridiculous.
I think it's good because it makes people more active. But I think a lot of people before weren't active, and they forget how scary the real life world can be, actually, in certain parts.
Like, I actually think that you've hit on a great subject there, which is that I spend a somewhat of a decent amount of time out in the real world. I've seen some shit, not bad shit really, but I've seen some shit where you're like, hey, that guy's just like throwing up in a trash can downtown. All right. Like, if you haven't been outside regularly for a while, you might be like, Pokemon Go is magic, it's helping me re-experience humanity. But you gotta have a little bit of an element of also everybody
safety.
Wants to kill me, and yeah, exactly. Like, my carbon is worth something to everything out here. Kazion, thank you for this subscription as well.
So I got in a discussion about this morning, actually, about whether or not people should be proud of the fact that Pokemon Go lets them go outside, or has enabled them to go outside. And my response to this was a little bit harsh, and I apologize if I offend anybody here, but I feel like it's kind of sad to have to congratulate yourself to go outside because a video game enabled you to. If you don't want to go outside, don't fucking go outside, but you shouldn't need an excuse.
The problem is, I like video games more than real life, so, you know, being able to mix the two, it's like, alright, well now I'm getting my vitamin C from the sun again. That's probably going to give me skin cancer in 15 years, but hey, I'm getting out now, in the moment.
I don't know, like, is it a generational thing? Is it because I'm a little older that it just wasn't a thing to not go outside when I was a kid, so now it seems weird to me?
The internet has brought us so many people together where we can communicate with more, but in a way it has also disconnected us because in person from one another as well. So it's like a catch-22 there.
I can't, in the end, be mad that people are going outside.
No, I'm not mad about that. It's just the fact that they want to congratulate themselves about it.
Yeah, like they did a fucking, you know, earned a reward or something.
I have found myself being like, you know, having to, like, deal with the cognitive dissonance of myself wanting to have, like, a live and let live attitude. And then also, like, when I crack a joke about Pokemon Go, people go like, hey, you know, I know we do some, like, laughing here, but don't fucking talk about Pokemon Go. Like, that's sacred, right?
It's got more active users than Twitter already.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
I've seen some screenshots, man. I've seen some shit. Like 150 people standing in an area, walking around, catching Pokemon, and it's changing people's lives, dude. They're making friends that they never knew existed. They're getting mugged as well by those friends that they thought were friends. Like,
I'm all for you having friends. I'm all for you doing cool stuff and hanging out. I'm just saying what I said, and that's all. I don't mean to be a dick about it.
In the end, we're still all staring at our phones. So
there was a comment that said, like, I agree with Nick, but also fuck him a little bit. I think that's, like, exactly where I'm at. Is that, like, I can't deny that on an emotional level, when people are like, you know, they're seemingly boasting about walking a few kilometers to, like, hatch a Pokemon egg. I'm like, I mean, the outside has always been there. But, you know, I guess
it's the motivation that was needed, something that otherwise you couldn't motivate yourself.
Yes.
Now Pokemon Go is motivating you.
That's the kind of thing where, like, I am trying to logically recognize that I'm just being a snob. Like, there's all these, like, ways to learn coding online, and they gamify it as well. They're like, oh, you solve this problem, you get 50 coding points, and that gives you a badge. And I'm sure there's, like, you know, 50-year-old software developers that are like, "Why you gotta just learn how to code, man? Back in our day, we didn't need badges, but if it helps people learn, then it's a net good, and we can also feel a little superior by being snobby about it, and then everybody's happy."
Well, I'm getting people in my chat now telling me about depression, and it's like, I don't mean to look at it from that angle. I'm just talking about if that wasn't an issue. Do you think this is like a real therapeutic aid for people with depression? Because I have depression myself.
I think it's an excuse for fat people like me to go outside and walk around.
That's super harsh, man.
But I don't congratulate myself for it. And I can say that because I'm a heavy dude. You know, and I don't like going outside. I don't like sweating. I don't like walking. It hurts my back. Like, you know, but hey, I'll fucking do it to go get me a Charizard in the forest. Like, I'll climb a fence for that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
But I'm not gonna be like, oh, lucky me, I burned 100 calories today. Like, no, I'm just catching Pokemon.
Here's the thing.
If it's helping with your depression, I mean you no ill will at all. Please, by all means.
When I go out and there's like people there, I wish there were less people outside. So I can't really be like, I'm mad at Pokemon Go because people should just appreciate the outside.
Stay inside. Drop your lures inside.
I'm really glad, and have been really glad for a while, that more people don't appreciate the outside.
Honestly,
so either way, I'm being a hypocrite one way or the other here.
If they just made my house a Pokemon Go stop and my next door neighbor a gym, I wouldn't have to leave the house. But these motherfuckers and their ingenuity here. I wonder what like algorithms and programs they're running to determine what locations become what. Because there's a creepy church down the street that's like abandoned, and it's a hot spot for Pokemon, dude. It's like a gym, and then we were outside a restaurant called like the Machinery or something, and they had a corn statue. Like literally a giant statue of corn that like wasn't shucked yet or whatever, and it was a gym. It was the corn gym, the corn statue gym.
Detail
was not shucked yet.
It wasn't not shucked yet.
It wasn't shucked. It still had its green sleeve on, but the little corn was poking out, you know, because it's a statue. But it was a fucking gym, and Richard got his ass kicked at that gym.
Poor Richard.
He's like, what is this corn gym kicking my ass for? It's like, I don't know, man. You're going to have to train for another day or two and come back.
That is good stuff.
I'm a week
you
behind.
Move on to a new topic because I can make a lovely segue here.
Oh, please do.
So Cobalt just mentioned training. I just saw Rocky for the first time. And
I
thought,
yeah.
You just saw it. Movie.
You know what?
Yeah, yo, Adrian.
I think the assessment of Rocky as a pretty good movie 40 years after it came out is very fair. It's a classic, but if you're seeing it for the first time literally 39 years after it came out, you can't expect it to hit with the same kind of relevancy.
What about Creed? Have you guys seen that? Is that any decent?
I haven't seen it yet, but I really should.
Yeah. I almost watched it on the airplane.
It's a real airplane movie. I also almost watched it on the airplane.
Thank you, Aaron, for 5 months in a row, whose message was, forgot to unsub, Kappa. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
So there were some moments in it that were a little bit iffy, but I think a lot of it was...
Like when Polly fucks that robot, right?
I haven't gotten to the Rocky 5 yet.
Oh, I thought when you said Rocky, I assumed you were talking about the 5th one in the franchise.
Just knocked them all out in one sitting like Harry Potter.
There's some awkward moments between Rocky and Adrian, and he's got her, like, in his apartment, and he's like, you can't leave, and then he starts making out with her. I'm like, I don't know if she's intimidated or she's into it. I couldn't read the situation very well, but it looked a little off.
So...
Yeah, they had a love that'll never die.
Okay, but I understood by the end that it was fine. It's just at the moment I didn't know Rocky very well, and I didn't understand what was happening.
Well, apparently you knew him well enough to be on a first-name basis with him.
So you were basically like your 2-year-old child just watching from the distance. Like, what's mommy doing to daddy? Like, okay.
There's a lot of money on this run. Holy hell.
I've been maxed out for a good minute here. Oh, now I got the sack daddy head.
But what was amazing is the transition by the end of it, the two of them were actually pretty sweet together. Like, they were kind of cute. So, like, they did a good job of building the characters up.
Yeah, it's the first movie. Just keep watching.
It does go down, though. Like...
On her?
Well, yeah, they're Rocky 5, man.
He asked her, Paulie asked him, are you balling her? And he's like...
I'm
not gonna tell you that.
As soon as he said that, As soon as he said that, did you not say, I can totally see this guy 5 movies from now fucking a robot?
Yeah, actually.
Does he really fuck a robot?
It's implied.
I haven't
We all
seen
do
that
eventually.
one.
There's the implication of him fucking the robot.
I mean, that's...
Paulie had some problems, man.
Everybody in that movie's got problems, except Apollo.
Probably
Yeah.
the sweetest part of the whole movie was when Paulie starts giving Rocky some lip, and then instead of addressing what he just said to him, he starts beating the ever-loving shit out of some meat next to him, and then he walks away. And Paulie's like, all right, yeah, no, that's a good argument, actually.
This is what I could do to your face, Polly, but I'm just gonna hit this meat.
Yeah.
My fist.
He didn't need to say a word. His fist did the talking.
This is when I'm from Brooklyn, you know? I'm a Philadelphia kid here. You try to give me a slice of thin crust pizza, I'm more of a cheesesteak guy, you know?
It was a good movie. I'm excited to see more of them now.
I really like the one with the Russian guy. I think that's 3 or something.
That's 4, yeah.
Is that 4? Wow.
Rocky 4 is a genuine classic for the exact opposite reasons that the original Rocky is.
I just like the Russian actor because he was He-Man as well in Masters
Dolph
of the
Lundgren.
Universe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's in the Expendables and all that.
He actually has a PhD in chemical engineering.
Whoa. Did not
I
know
think
that.
it's
Big deal,
it might
so
be
do
a
I.
master's, but I think it's a PhD.
What's he fucking making in his basement? Jesus.
What?
More sex robots.
Probably whatever Drago was using to. You remember the scene where he's like, you know, punching those machines and then, you know, they're
Yeah,
giving him
he's juicing.
injections. Yeah. That's my favorite part of Rocky 4, where like, I mean, like, isn't that the opposite of how sports go? Where the American guy is running up a mountain with a log on his back, and then the Russian guy is the evil one who's using science to achieve his fitness goals?
Yeah.
Like, if you actually look at, like, American Olympic training, they've got, like, the Bane mask on, and they're running on, like, a treadmill that goes in 12 different directions.
Dan told me those are real.
Oh, yeah.
Bane mask.
Absolutely. You gotta test your VO2 max, man.
Oh,
It's
man.
so weird.
I want
But then
one.
you're like, man, I'm cheering for Rocky because Rocky trains the old-fashioned way by hanging upside down from a fucking Soviet cabin and doing sit-ups until his abs fall off.
Running up like monk stairs, like 13,000 stairs.
Dude loves his monk stairs.
Yokio, thank you for this.
Those are so bad for your knees, though.
That's Rocky should
Good
have
for your
no
heart, though.
knees.
No knees. They need a special. They would need a special boxing for no knee fighters though, because you got to keep it even.
But then I guess, you know, you watch Rocky Balboa, which people still treat as a punchline. Rocky Balboa is a movie that's got a lot of great stuff going on in it, even though the concept of like a 70-year-old man fighting a kid, basically, and it was in the prime of his life, is a little bit ridiculous. But they play with that. They play with that. It's a movie about what it means to age as a man when you've made your living punching people in the fucking skull.
They addressed that in the first movie. His trainer had the same story, basically.
Exactly.
So it's like the trainer becomes the trainee, and then the trainee becomes the trainer.
No, the trainer becomes Rocky.
Oh,
The movie's called Rocky, not Trainee.
I have to watch Creed now.
thank you, Doc Master Ass Blaster, for the 3 months in a row.
No, we are not playing balloons today, guys. This is every Wednesday we get on a little bit early.
Sorry
Yeah.
for cutting into the balloons extravaganza.
We didn't even play balloons yesterday. Oh, I checked out Inside. Disappointed. Disappointed.
Disappointed.
Yeah, same.
3.5 hours for $20, and you expect me to replay it? I don't know, man. Seems sketch. I already solved all your puzzles once.
Does it expect you to replay it though?
If you want the alternate ending, which I have not gotten or seen, so no spoilers, except that
Same.
it exists, then apparently you have to replay it. But
Unless you're incredibly observant your first time around, and most likely you'll miss one or two of those
You know,
secrets.
I did
we've
miss
been
a
over this.
couple.
That I don't understand the compulsion of the whole alternate ending stuff, but it's different strokes for different folks.
it just, you know, the puzzles were okay. The story was a little bit hard to understand or follow because
Really
they don't
wasn't much story.
they don't give you much.
There is a story. There's just not a traditional narrative.
And I don't know, the guy at E3 made me really excited for it. This game, he's like, this game is one of the best games I ever played. It changed my life. And I was like,
that's
okay,
a little.
The guy on the E3 stage was talking about it. He's like, I
can't
can't
trust
tell you
anybody
about
at
it,
E3.
but yeah.
The atmosphere is outstanding, the sound design was outstanding, and the animation was definitely outstanding, but the
Yeah.
story was lacking, the ending didn't really feel satisfying. The puzzles were well designed, but got a little repetitious.
They're a little
you know what this
simple.
is?
I solved them like within
Yeah, it was easy.
60 seconds.
What you guys are coming at this from, you know, an American movie-going perspective of, you know, oh, it's gonna, hey, to hold my hand and play with my balls while we play. But this is a Scandinavian piece of art. You know why it doesn't have a story? Because fuck you. That's why it doesn't. Lingonberry pancakes.
Mmm. I hope that was a
can be-
resub of yours.
I have no problem with it being a very fractured or abstract way of telling a narrative or going through a narrative in exposition. Just like by the end, let it have some sort of metaphor or something I can relate to, because what it comes out to be is just sort of a sci-fi story, and that's kind of it.
I also want an hour of gameplay per $2, and it didn't deliver there.
I don't care about that.
Replaying a puzzle game? Replaying a puzzle game, too, to try to get your replay value. You already know all the puzzles. Like, you're just going through the motions.
I think the value is fine.
I don't think it's Gundam for replay value. I think that's like, I think it's meant to be a singular experience, and then the alternate ending is in there. I don't think the alternate ending is in there to be like, this is the definitive actual ending you should get. I think that's just like, let's just throw that in there as kind of like an Easter egg. I think you're meant to play it through once and then be like, I'm either with it or I'm not with it. That was the sense that I got of it anyway.
I mean, I'd play it again, but I wish I could just spend $10 for it and buy it on sale. And a lot of people don't have the money to grab like every single new game that comes out, so if people are prioritizing what games they should get with the amount of time they can spend on them, then I wouldn't say it was worth the money.
I agree with that.
I used to have to do that.
I think you should just buy Overwatch and play that forever.
My mom just bought Overwatch, boys.
Your mom just bought Overwatch.
Yeah, and she told me she got a play of the game the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, she was probably playing Reaper or some stupid shit like that, though.
Reaper's
Fuck
awesome.
Reaper.
Don't diss Reaper.
Fuck Reaper. She was probably playing Yorbjorn. Just smacking the turret.
Smacking the turret.
Speaking of which, Anna?
I haven't played her yet. No spoilers, please.
I think she's only on the PTR right now, so...
Oh, the test server?
Yeah, I just watched a video on her, that was it. She looks alright, I like snipers, so...
Yeah, Sniper Healer is kind of cool.
Yeah, she's interesting looking. I might
It's a
fudge with
strange
her.
combination.
You know what game
Resub.
does it? Evolve.
Hey, thanks for Salon.
Not really Sniper, I guess, but... Oh, yeah, it's Sniper, okay.
Oh, let's do it, mama.
I will say, when I finished Inside, without spoiling, even the semblance of spoiling anything, I was like, I really like this, and I think that it took, like, enormous balls to make the decisions that they made as that game progresses. But I was like, I think a lot of people are not gonna like this, especially the way it sort of progresses as it goes along. Limbo is like, if somebody plays Limbo and doesn't like it, I'm like, what's wrong?
I'd never played Limbo.
Hello.
Usually I don't like Limbo.
Kay doesn't like Limbo. She was not supposed to be home when I said that. But with Inside, I'm like, I can definitely see some genuine reasons why you would not like Inside.
I still like it more than don't. I just was a bit disappointed.
Yeah.
Fucking better than Undertale, though. I'll tell you that much.
Why is it that I'm not supposed to not like Limbo?
No, I can't follow this sentence, actually.
Or my accusation of the gameplay reasonable? That I had trouble?
I'm just saying, Limbo is extraordinarily gamey, and I think it's well done. So when someone's like, I fucking hate Limbo, I'm like, I don't understand.
So it's like eating a squirrel.
Yeah.
I wasn't that.
Yeah, it's like eating like an In-N-Out burger and being like, I fucking hate this. It's like you're protesting a little too much, I think.
People were telling me to play it and that it was better than the second game.
I like it more than Limbo, but it is also going to be a game that by saying you don't like it, you are going to have a lot of people, and this is bullshit. People, don't do this, okay? A lot of people are going to be like, well, ignorant swine, you do not understand the, high art of inside,
That's basically what Bear Taffy was telling me last night when we were debating it with him. Rockley and I were. He's like, you don't understand the complexities of the storytelling and the nuances of the subtle hint drops of the level when you rewatch it. And I'm just like,
yeah, I don't really agree with that.
I'm very curious to hear exactly how he wants to phrase that, because he did actually say something similar to that, and I want to know his argument. If I'm missing something, then I want to know about it so I can figure it out.
Yeah, maybe he is more, observative or something than.
No, yeah, he's just more evolved than the rest of us.
Yeah. He's like Wolverine, and I'm just a Sabretooth. So.
His implication was that a lot of the storytelling was incredibly subtle and basically all contextual through the backgrounds.
Yeah, I mean I agree with that.
Right, but I think our definition of storytelling here is being massaged a little bit. It's not exactly much of a story.
I thought you were going to say our definition of storytelling is being a little misogynistic.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
All right, here we go, boys. Let's, the time has come.
I think it's weird, too, that you have to qualify so much when you have a positive opinion about something but still have issues with it. Like, you have to either love or hate something. There's no middle ground.
You should know that with me, that's fine, man. Except when you're talking about Heat, which is just, it's classic. But apart from that, I agree with you 100%. That you should be able to, like something but have problems with it.
All life exists in the nuance, all in the gray areas. Black and white so rare.
Oh, jeez.
Are we talking about Pokemon now? Black and white Pokemon. Somebody was asking about Necropolis. They said they hadn't seen me stream it much. What are my thoughts? $30 for it. Not worth it, in my opinion. Fun with friends, but you can make anything fun with friends. The procedurally generated levels are... I like the idea, but the execution of them leaves the levels feeling kind of bland and a little empty. And a lot of the models get reused, and then also the combat system is more simplified Dark Souls, which I prefer, like the more intricate fighting that Dark Souls kind of has than what Necropolis offers. So once again, it's a game I'd probably buy for $15, but not for 30. So I don't know.
I also had some issues with it. I don't think I'm quite as negative on it as Cobalt, but I think that the game definitely needs some refinement still. The level of just obtuseness is kind of unnecessary, and I know why they do it. It makes it fun to figure out, but in this case, it's more frustrating than fun. Not to mention just some little nitpicky things like how the elevator keeps going down by accident when you've got 4 people in a game, or how the NPCs are always being taken up by someone when you want to talk to them. Just slows everything down, kind of breaks up the pacing.
And all the witty comments that they're trying to make that are like half funny.
Yeah, the comedy of it kind of goes off a bit half-cocked in my opinion.
Yeah.
Fud Muggler is what I call you guys. No, but thank you very much for the subscription. I also, in playing it, I was like, it seems cool. I really like the loot system.
Yeah, the loot system's cool.
I was starting to get like a little bored with the combat and enemy repetition by the time we got to the end of the show, but I need to play more before actually giving my opinion on it. But
they really should have put a more of a leveling system that you can get perks and different combat moves, I feel like, or something, or I don't know. It's missing some kind of diversity or variety there. Where it
feels more like an ARPG to me than it does
I guess
Isaac or something like that, which is fine. Not every game has to be Isaac or Gungeon.
It's like Dark Souls, Diablo.
Yeah, I agree with that. Min Plays, thank you for the subscription.
I love the art design, by the way. It's just a beautiful design around the whole thing. It's lovely looking, and I mean, in the actual game, it gets a little bit samey, but the aesthetic that they're ascribing to go for is lovely.
I like the main character look. I feel like I want to put that character in Kingdom Hearts. But I don't know. Some of the enemy designs are okay. I like the art style of that. I just don't feel like everything fits in the environment, and it's very there's no hills, or it's very flat. Like everything is just flat and lines.
There's hills, except they don't go anywhere. They're just sort of level set dressing.
All right. Well, we talked inside. and we talked.
We've basically done the roundtable podcast now.
Yeah. Just wondering, how do you guys feel about the new Ghostbusters film? You seen it yet? What do you think? Comment below if you want to see more.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm willing to give it a try.
That is a
Game
radical
just came out,
opinion.
too.
Wait, what just came out?
The Ghostbusters game that's tie-in with the movie.
The review
Really?
that I saw said that the Ghostbusters game would not be worth $50 if the instruction manual was printed on a $50 bill. Which
Wow.
is one of the most damning reviews I think you could possibly.
IGN, 9 out of 10.
Pretty rough.
It's literally like it's not worth $50 if they gave you $50 to buy it, which is actually a pretty fair assessment.
Gotta
It's
pay
well
you
worth
for
your
your
time.
time.
Fuck. It's one of those games you play to make fun of for being bad, I guess. Like,
Yeah, if you're into that kind of thing.
But yeah, look who's talking, Mr. Full of real world problems.
Hey, I have real-world problems.
You can say that again. We have fun. Okay, let's go for it. Are you guys done with your run?
I am
Fighting Mom's heart right now.
at the blue
What?
baby.
Did you just say to me that you were fighting Mom's heart right now?
Yeah, why?
No reason.
He's a slow trucker, you know. He takes his time. Wants to make sure he locks the run down.
That's acceptable. I can understand it.
I saw Rocky. You gotta give me a break.
Fuck. Oh, Jesus.
It's better than Tamorag, who during our Necropolis competition was going, "Oh, I really like this soundtrack," and staring straight at Dick to his left. And Dick's like, "Quit looking at me and play the game. We are trying to win."
Staring straight at Dick to his left.
He is. He was.
It just lines up so well.
Oh, it does.
I didn't know that you guys were going to be at that, by the way.
Ah,
'Cause
yes.
There was a time when I was going to be at that, and then, things change.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. I was like, man, I would have, if I'd known who was going to be a part of this, I would have made more of an effort to also be a part of it.
You know, it was